Hey guys, welcome back to Falling For You. We're back on Sonic Racing Crossroads, finishing up the Pac-Man Festival. This is going to be showing myself with two friends that I know, Sonic, D-Man, and another person they invited to our squad, so I wasn't chilling with randoms this time. And my two friends that I know are pretty cracked at this game, even if they're probably humble enough to say they aren't. They're both in the Legend tier online, which is pretty awesome. Means you're at least fairly good at the game. And while online usually kicks my butt, I'm a B- currently, trying to make my way up. I haven't touched it really since then, but we actually pulled off 5 straight wins in this playthrough, so I thought I'd show it. Pretty rare to have that happen. Nonetheless, there were some great moments, including a ×2 and even a ×6, where we ended up getting the multiplier. Because of them, of course, I was able to finish the pass, basically, because we won quite a few times with those big multipliers, so it took a lot less races. Nonetheless, here I am, Pac-Man on the Pac-Man level. That's pretty cool, ain't it? Here we are, trying to collect the most rings. Now, our squad was pretty cracked at collecting rings. Seemed like we always got about 500 each, which was our golden amount, it seemed. Now, of course, I'm always getting my butt kicked on the racing part. I can come in first, second, or third during the first 2 laps, but then the 3rd lap, somebody always runs over me with a monster truck or a bunch of collateral stuff happens. I'm just extremely unlucky in this game. I get it. With my hour total compared to probably my friends and anyone else who typically plays this routinely, I only got about 50 now, so I'm sure you guys have a lot more. Just, I can't main something like this. It's just not in my wheelhouse, but I've been loving the game. Love the DLC. Of course, love all these courses. Here I am on lap 3, of course. I'm in last place, as I mentioned. Here I am with the monster truck. And usually I don't get to run over too many people, unfortunately. It is what it is, but as you can see, our team is doing fairly well. They keep bouncing between the 1st, 2nd, 3rd kind of spots. I'm in 11th, but we're going to see if we can pull off that RNG at the end, which seems to benefit people who are near last place. And you just pass all these people on the last stretch or last turn. Pretty silly. Like right here, I just got a monster truck for no reason. But looks like I did fairly bad. Thank you, team, for carrying me. Alright, let's tally up the results, see how close it ended up being. And the game's insult to me, of course. And I love the expression on Pac-Man's face where he just doesn't have a smile at all because he knows how bad he did. But as you can see, we have a 6-point lead. Pretty cool. And then when you show the rings, like, look at how many we had. We all did our part basically and got 2,000. That was an 800 lead basically, so we got our first win. Pretty awesome. And yeah, you just stack these wins and it gives a little point bonus. It wasn't a ton for stacking it, but it was enough. So I went from 600 to 700. Of course, with the friend bonus, you got 5 as well. So, rocking that 690, just missed my blinky decal. So now we're going to hop into the 2nd race. We're going against 2 Twitch TV peoples right there you just saw on the bottom. On Team Purple. This is the one with the ×2 win. Of course, we're getting the rings once again. So that's my thing. Like, I'm not even focusing on position too much. It's just try to be in the middle and collect the most rings. Which typically ain't that hard for me, so... I really appreciate that the ring is usually in these festivals. What I can't stand is they always have tap boost. Like, can you just replace that with trick instead? Something different. I mean, tap seems so silly. The most taps I seem to get by other people and my teammates happen when we're not playing tap, so it's just silly. Especially when you're trying to focus on it. Here we are in the water section. We're already close to a boost, which we're only through a 4th of the course, so... that's pretty cool. I'm in 3rd place, actually carrying my team slightly. And then, as you know, I'm probably going to get hit by a item at some point. There I am getting hit by one as I'm applying my shield. But in 2nd place, to my own teammate. Look at that. 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We cracked, boys. And yeah, got my ring power up. That power up right there could not touch me. That was pretty cool to avoid him, since it's so hard to avoid him. Keeping my top 5 position at the moment, and only letting teammates pass. We had a really good run on this one. It was looking super good. Just tried my best not to touch those corners. Got stuck right there, unfortunately. Felt just a tad. Still collecting a lot of rings. Here's a power-up coming down, and of course the hockey puck hits me, as I mentioned, on the last turn. So, fall down all the way to last. That's really annoying part about this game. You can go from first to last super quick. It just, yeah, it's stupid. What am I supposed to do about it, though? You just keep playing and deal with it. Here I am with the ring power-up once again. Great power-up to have. And we just couldn't stop collecting rings. I was just like, well, if I'm going to do poorly on positioning, just collect the rings. Try to run into people, grab their rings. And yeah, just do what you can. So never give up, and sometimes things like this happen. Especially when you get stuck on walls and stuff, which this game seems pretty prone to doing. I don't understand how some people never encounter that. Maybe they have thousands of hours now in the game where they've just figured out how to not have it happen. But like, look at that. Unlucky right there. I'm just driving and then I get ran over and fly off the track. It's like, just my luck, guys. And of course, it's the last turn, lap 3. Again, I don't think that's coincidence. However, here we are finishing. Despite that, game even paused right there, which I was like, oh, cool, nice lag. Pac-Man's kind of annoyed by himself, but teammates got first and second. Props to you guys. And 5-point lead, that looked pretty promising, even though I came in 10th. So then we were waiting around for the rings and weren't disappointed. We led by over 700. So let's go. That's a lot of wins in a row so far. And I'm like, wow, I'm actually getting close to finishing the pass. But if we keep winning, I'm going to have to keep playing, right? Can't just in a win streak. So here we are on the rewards page once again. As you can see, ×2 applied, so we got 72 points, crossed that 700 point threshold. I had the most rings on my team, let's go, and we just won our second straight, so awesome. Plus the friend bonus, made it to 800, got my 2 decals, 2 very nice decals by the way, Blinky and the Blue Ghost. I'm gonna have to start applying those to some stuff. There they are in all their glory. So now we're going to move on to my third one after that. And because I got that right there, 2 wins in a row, I got the Waka Waka reward, which I never had 2 wins in a row during this whole festival. And it's nice to get that out of the way, because that's actually a pretty cool one. Now we're on Stadium, which I was actually surprised they actually allowed us to vote for this one, because usually people want Pac-Man or whatever constantly still, which is fine. But just like the OG level was available to vote for, and I voted for it. It seemed like everybody else did, including my teammates. So that's pretty cool. And there's tons of rings on this level, so I'm glad people realize that. So I was just doing my best to remember where all of them were. I was like, you know what? Who cares if I don't come in first? I am collecting every ring I see in front of my face, and I don't care. And as you can see, there's tons of them, so there was no way we weren't going to win this. I had tons of confidence in my team. But yeah, here we are in the first lap still. Making it around, item chaos, trying my best not to get whacked by a person. Back in my mind, of course, thinking of when is that hockey puck coming and when is that monster truck coming. This also is a great level for rings. These corners especially, on these long drifting turns, have tons of rings. So yeah, just get in the position, collect the +5s. And as you can tell, I already have 100. We're already cracking at 230 already, so that's awesome. Try my best, get that always to 500 if I can. It's a major contribution if you can get 500, because if we all get 500, that's 2,000. And that's quite a lot of rings. So here I am getting 300. Starting to fall a little in position going around that weird little shortcut thing. Now we're back on the ground. So I'm like, alright, I got 2 laps to go basically. We just got a boost. I can get 400 thereabouts here. No problem. So we're heading right back to Stadium. It's like, okay, let's really clean up on these rings. So, making my way towards 400. Trying to get around teammates. Trying to avoid opponents. We're all shifting positions. I was like, all right, I'm going to try to make this shortcut when it's coming up. Do not want to get bumped. Although maybe I could have got more rings if I didn't go through the shortcut. Possibly. But, you know, you always trade position for rings on this little section. So here I am. Went up a whole 3 spots, I suppose. Teammate's in front of me. He's gunning for first place best he can. I've thrown the shield. But get hit by the slime. Last stretch of the game. Missed that drill barely. And then we finish. Solid amount of gears. So we'll head to the rewards page, seeing how many we got. And despite coming in 8th, my teammate Sonic, who's really cracked at this game, came in first. So there we go with our 10-point lead already. And let's see how many rings we end up getting. Now, I'm pretty sure we all got 500. Yep, there we go. Enough to carry us. Another victory. And yeah, just was really fun at this point. Like, wow, we've won 3 straight in a row. Pretty cool. I don't remember if this is the part where I completed the pass. Maybe it was the very next one, but got pretty close. There we are at first place. Win streak plus 10. Friend bonus. Yeah, so 850. So it must have been the next one. So here we are on Highway, which is great for rings. And what do you know? It's a ×6. So I was like, wow, a ×6. Now, as had been mentioned on social media, they were giving us the 5, 6, 7. So I never did find a ×7 point chance. Probably would have lost it heartbreakingly. But this is the closest I got to getting a ×7, which was a ×6. And what do you know, the ×6 showed up on a map that we actually could do some damage on. Despite me getting hit by weapons, I was like, you know what, still, we're gonna hit the rings. Doesn't matter too much about position. I got teammates that can carry in that. I'll focus on getting the rings. And here I am, slowly making my way up, trying to stay on the course. We're collecting a lot of rings, and I fell off that shortcut, unfortunately. I'm in complete dead last here, and I'm like, oh, well, I have all these rings to get, which I think my teammate figured that as well. Like, oh, if you're in last place, you have all these rings to collect because they're all respawning in front of you. So I was like, okay. Positive, make a positive a negative, right? So here I am in 10th. My teammate's in 11th. My other teammate's in 12th. The other one's in 9th. It's like, we're just collecting rings. We don't care. We have laps to make up this. Here we are on the Halloween level. And apparently I got ran over somehow. Yikes. But we're making our way up. We have a whole lap before we actually have to start positioning well, because we don't want to miss out on those points if we can. So I was like, all right, time to go, guys. We got our boost. Let's try to raise our positions. So I'm just driving like a madman here, trying to figure out where the straight line is. There it is. 10th place still, so not doing too bad. There's an opponent next to me. And I got stuck on the shortcut. Ouch. Got some slime, might as well use it. My rings are at 288. We got a whole lap now, even though I'm in last place. Teammates caught up to the leader, so they're in 2nd and 3rd. Awesome job, them. Got enough for the boost, so let's see if it can get me a little higher. Nice power up, got the drill. Hit somebody. He's stuck in 12th place now, at least for the moment. I grabbed that 10 rings. Let's go. Grab all these, so we're getting at least 400. And we still have half of the race to go. Actually dropped some there, but picked up a 20. Now I'm over 400. Plenty of race to go. Let's try to get that 500. We have those giant straight sections plus the curves right here like this and at the end. So yeah, we're gunning for 500, 600 rings if we can. Here we are, all the way up to 7th place. Teammates in 1st place, props to him. I could have got more rings there, but we got 500. And just trying to finish. So there I am. Had a drill even, which is kind of cool. And there we go. I'm kind of without words, but we ended up winning that one. And look at those positions. 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 5th. That's pretty awesome. 44, Wow, we had more points than the other two teams combined. Let's see how many rings we ended up grabbing. Probably 500 each. Wow, that one teammate, Sonic, got over 1,000. Sheesh, we almost got 3,000. That's crazy. But yeah, that is such a great level for ring collecting. Ended up getting first place. Let's see the multiplier and the rewards. In one moment, of course. Here we are with the rewards. Times 6. Let's go. 200 points. More than enough to get to 1,000. The win streak, of course, is times 6 as well, including the friend bonus. That was just a lot of points. And it was enough to get all the items that I needed. So thanks guys for that. Awesome job. And it got Pac-Man Master. Gonna equip that, of course. As you just saw, collected all the rewards we had to. The rest are, of course, tickets. I had my friends racing with me that were going for top 1,000. Since this was day 3 and there was only a couple hours left, my main objective was just finishing the pass. So I ended up doing that. We were in the middle of a win streak. This happens to be our last win in a row. As I mentioned, 5 wins in a row. Next one we ended up coming in 3rd. And then I decided to call it a day because that was a lot of Sonic racing to me. However, big props to my team, especially D-Man and Sonic. They are too cracked in this game. Probably have thousands of hours. I would be shocked. But yeah, they deserve it. Here we are though, in the last match. Of course, what do you call it? First level, basically. I mean, it does show up in the first circuit, whatever you call it. So, I have played this level quite a lot. We, of course, are trying to hit each other, or hit the opponent with the most weapons. So, for whatever reason, this particular show or event is really hard for me to hit. And I was talking to D-Man about it, and he agreed. Like, you have weapons here, and you see them hit people, but it doesn't count above. Which I'm like, what is that? Like, you just saw Pac-Man jump in the air, and it didn't count. I don't get it. So, I mostly just try to finish as high as I can, and then if I get 3 punching gloves, try to wait, hit somebody, then wait, so it shows the animation above saying they hit somebody, and then you do it again and again, because that's all you can do with this. And then, of course, try to hit people with Monster Truck, of course, which you seem to get every single race at some point. It must be like the troll, basically, of this game, that you get it so often. But here we are. We got 5 hits at least. That's better than nothing. Some of these races you'll see, some people don't even get more than like a handful, which is kind of funny because you're constantly running through items and it's all attack items, which you would think there'd be more hits. Maybe it's just something Sonic Racing has to figure out. I'm not sure. Nonetheless, it's an online festival as well, so maybe there's lag with them hitting correctly, such as the weapons, or certain ones hit more than others. I have no idea. It just seems I get hit a lot more with weapons than other people get hit by my stuff. Not sure what's up with that, but I chalk it up to being unlucky, / ping, / whatever else you could name. I just don't know. And I don't think it's always white and black, such as, you know, it's your fault for all this stuff, because some games you just have a weird time on. Like right there, I just got ran over. And it's just like, okay, that probably counted for him. But if I did the same thing, it's not always going to count. Which is unfortunate. Here we are in the last turn though. Looks pretty promising. I'm like, okay, I can at least try to sneak into the top 5. I don't think it ended up happening because I didn't get any of these rings more than once. Dropped a lot of rings there though. Unfortunately, we aren't collecting rings. We were trying to hit people with weapons. And finish okay. But my teammate finished below me, so I was like, okay, at least I didn't finish as bad as he did. This one was actually pretty shocking that we ended up winning. If you can see the point totals, which are above, we're in dead last place, as our only chance of winning was getting that plus 10, which gave us just enough to win by 1. So, yeah, there's our plus 5 in a row. Thanks guys for this. Of course, everybody that watched, thank you as well. Hopefully this was entertaining, and catch you guys in the next one. Of course, more party animals, Fall Guys, and of course, more Sonic Racing as stuff comes out, and I choose to upload it because of, yeah, it's just a fun game. Catch you guys in the next one though. See ya.